Serenus has been part of United Bay Community Credit Union since long before I started. We had them do virtually everything. They've handled all of our maintenance within our buildings. They've made us aware of improvements and changes that we can do that will be cost effective and benefit us in the long run. Operated as the general contractor, bringing in the appropriate contractors and pricing to satisfy some of the bigger projects we've had to do. Serenus was the partner in our acquisition of our branch in Coleman and facilitated all of the remodel and all of the little quirky changes that came up along the way until we reached the final completion and were able to do the grand opening and allow the branch to be a key part of the community of Coleman. And most recently, we're working on some projects with them with parking lots and some other improvements that we're doing within our branches. So Serenus is the go-to, end-all, be-all general contractor and service provider for UBay, and will be as long as they're willing to work with us. Reputation, community connection, reliable individuals. Serenus was spoken very highly of from the day I walked in. Our former branch manager had a key relationship. We had almost a single contractor that did the majority of the work for us. And regardless of anything on the sides of Serenus Johnson, they always came through through COVID. So it's been a long-term relationship, and the trust and commitment on both sides to meet our needs has outshined a need to find competitive bids. Serenus Johnson stands behind what they say. I previously was a property manager, so I've had a lot of experience with working with general contractors, various vendors, understand the need of having someone come in as a general contractor, not to mention work that I've done in my own home with an effort to bring in a general contractor to satisfy all of the work that needed to be done in a remodel. And Serenus Johnson has always just stood behind what they say, stood behind the time commitments that they make, and make sure that the vendors they bring in when they are the GC are the quality contractors that support Serenus Johnson's mission itself. So it's quality across the board. Timely, well communicated. Any changes that are needed during the process are not shunned or there's not a frustration when something changes, so they're willing to accept some of the modifications and changes that come along the way. They're willing to step in and work with others unexpectedly when things happen on a project, and really step out of the box and communicate with the local community and the local support services that might be available to them to facilitate something that came up unexpectedly in a project, and make things happen and actually get some buy-in and some support from the community when it crosses into that, easement space and things like that. So it's above and beyond all the time. Everything. It's hard to define one thing. I know in our case we've worked with a single project manager pretty much the whole time I've been around, with decade plus. I know that at some point in time that's probably going to change, but I also don't think that the service is going to change when the person changes. And that's probably the best piece, is the service remains consistent regardless of the person that's representing the organization and regardless of what the responsibilities of that person are. So the expectations are the expectations are across the organization. They're not just the individual's personal work ethic. It really, truly, truly is. It's easy. It's easy to work with Serenus. It's easy to throw an idea at Serenus and have them turn it into a vision. To be the creative when the idea is there, but will it fit? Can we accomplish it? Are the costs appropriate for it? They come back with all of that. The creative, the cost, the proposals, the understanding of the timelines, all of those things come back and come out of the communications with them. So it makes it so easy to take a project from start to finish. I would always recommend your services to another business. The why's pretty easy because it takes it out of my bucket of things to worry about and allows me to know that it will be completed successfully, timely, financially responsible, across the board. So it's easy to make a recommendation for Serenus, and I continue to do so any opportunity I have. If it's broke, Serenus can fix it. If it hasn't been built yet, Serenus can build it. Yeah, I think for us, I mean, obviously the repairs and maintenance are sufficient for the life of what that repair should be. The follow-up when there is a problem or there is a concern with something is always there. Going above and beyond and looking for in some cases, a creative solution to a problem has always been something as well. And just the image, so much of what we've done with Serenus is in an effort to change our image and put our vision out there in a way that is favorable and attractive and successful for our members now and our members in the future. And so the creative side of things has brought about a great ROI for the organization and just allowed us to create that unique feel that UBA wants to have it in its branches and in its representation of who we are. I will continue to use Serenus Johnson or recommend them at the credit union. I would use them personally if I could, but as far as utilizing Serenus Johnson, it's a known entity. It is pretty much a standard yes. Our board of directors understands the commitment we've made with Serenus and that Serenus has made in turn to us to make sure that the projects we have are consistent, they're in line with one another, and we can bring about the greatest success for the organization as a result of it. Well, Serenus has partnered with us, and community is very, very important to us as well. And so when I have an opportunity to see Serenus signs around the community and know the organizations that they're working with and the impact that they're having to, the rescue mission and to the Masonic Temple and other nonprofits around the area where they're really stepping up and stepping in and allowing the community to retain history that otherwise would be lost. The construction, the opportunity to keep the buildings and make the changes that are necessary so those can be around for more generations and others can enjoy them, really addresses the community as a whole. A community thrives based on the individuals that are involved, and Serenus isn't just a business in the community, it is part of the community. I know where the office is. No, having a local team deeper embeds that vein of community because they're not just going out to a job site. they're not just working for the day. They are making changes and improvements that are part of their community, where they live, where they work, where they raise their children, where they show up, and other people have an opportunity to recognize them as part of Serenus Johnson and connect them to the businesses and the organizations around the community that they're doing the work for. So that's a key piece in having Serenus Johnson continue to do all of the work that we do, is deepening their impact in the community while we deepen our own. I would like to say a big thank you to Serenus Johnson for everything that they have done for us for many, many years. And I look forward to the years in the future. And I look forward to years of Serenus Johnson work long after I've chosen to retire. I'm just very, very grateful for everything that Serenus has done and the relationship we've created together.
Awesome.